gonna make him an offer again.
Of all the gin joints and all the towns
You
and all the
can't
world.
handle the truth. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the
Frankly,
war room.
my dear, I don't give a damn.
This is where the fun begins.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Multiplex Movie Melee. We got ourselves another singles match here in our big pick'em triple threat tournament. We got another round 2 match coming up. One of our 3 round 2 matches here. Very interesting because we had number 4 seed Amaru Moses coming in and says, "You know what? I really want, more than anybody, I really want to play Anthony Tisdall." And then Anthony Tisdall comes in after his big win in the first round and says, "You know what? More than anybody on this board, I want to play Robert Castner, Bobby C. That is who I want to see on the screen with me." And then that is the matchup that we have here today. 14th, 4 seed, Amaru Moses, 14th seed, Robert Castner, and 22 seed Anthony Tisdall. Definitely, I think one of our more interesting matchups here going in the second round. One of our more. It's one of our 3 matches going on. I don't know. Like I could get away with saying that in the first round because there was 9 matches. But like here, I just think it's a really cool match. I'm very curious. I kind of love that one of these 3 is going to be going on to the final round. They'll have a legit shot at playing for a belt. That's super cool. Let's just start talking to people. Bring in first, Anthony Tisdall. How you doing?
I'm good. I am here. While I'm here, I will take advantage of this because trivia means nothing at this point. They're one of those 2 are going to win. Robert, Rue, I will be in Dallas on that Friday before the race, so either of you are more than welcome to come stay with me. Saturday, I have a race. Come down Saturday. We'll have some pasta. Get ready for the race on Sunday. We'll do that, knock it out, go grab dinner afterwards as a big group. Everyone will hang out. And, yeah, that's all I got. I got nothing to say about trivia because one of those 2 are beating me.
All right. I feel like a lot of this could have been said in a text group. Well, let's go bring on Robert. What do you got for today's match?
Anthony, that's good about the scheduling. The training is going okay, but I'm going to try to ramp it up a bit as we get closer. So we'll do that, and then I like your schedule, so we'll hit it in October when that happens.
Love it. Mark is very confused.
I mean, I know what's going on. It's just weird. Let's just bring in the last person. We got Amaru here. How you doing?
Speaking of pasta, I just really started back up training. My legs are really sore. It was leg day yesterday. I'm going to get my strength up because the running is fine. You know the running is fine.
I do.
So I'm trying to get that strength up. I got no sports from here all the way until October, at least no after-school sports. So we're with you. We're ready to go.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess the Spartan race part of this show is over. Let's just get into the trivia here. Going into round number 1. It's going to work like this. You're going to get 8 questions from 8 general movie categories. You're going to have 15 seconds to write your answer down on your whiteboard. At the end of that time, we'll ask that you show and verbalize your answer. You're going to get a point for each correct answer, and any one of you gets all 8 correct, you will receive a bonus question also worth a point. I also get 3 repeats and challenges throughout the match. Anything else before we get started?
No, good luck, guys.
Good luck, gentlemen. Mark, how far are you from Dallas? You want to join us?
Yeah, your first question comes in the category of recent releases. In Despicable Me 4, Gru is blackmailed to steal an animal from what type of location?
Who is blackmailed? I didn't hear the G part. I just heard my name. Also, Robert, I think I interrupted you, sir. Sorry.
No, it wasn't important.
Okay, yeah. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. Okay, that is Castner's first repeat your question again. In Despicable Me 4, Gru is blackmailed to steal an animal from what type of location?
I needed a new marker.
Gotcha.
Fine with using the repeat. This is a friendly, gentlemanly game.
Yes.
I guess so. 5, 4.
Mark, what's fireworks?
one. I mean, I'm writing a show here, guys. Pens down. Anthony.
I forgot. I guess prison.
Okay. Castner.
I said a zoo.
Makes sense.
All right. Rue.
A school.
School is correct.
Yeah.
So Rue taking the lead there. 1-0. Going into your next question, the category of comedy. The main characters perform the Italian song Con te Partrio during a wine mixer event in what comedy?
Oh.
All right. Yeah, like, I mean, I get this is probably like a famous song, but like, come on, man, what are you doing? Who's writing that? Just setting me up like this. I mean,
Yeah, that was mean.
I mean, I'm never on any of these like, hey, let's test out these questions. So like, I always feel like I'm just being punked every time I show up. 5, 4,
Oh, that's way
3,
too long. Oh.
2, 1. Pens down. Robert.
Rock the shit out of those drums, Dale. Step Brothers.
Rue.
I heard wine mixer. Step Brothers.
And Anthony.
I think I overthought it and I thought of being on the ship in duck suit.
No, it is Step Brothers. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they went up there and did that.
Thought
So
of different songs.
yeah, Rue and Cass are getting that. Going into your next question in the category of Oscars. What Oscar did The Substance win?
God damn it.
Yeah, I will say I have done Spartan races before. I'll just say I just really don't want to. You know, I'll just say like I've done them before. Like I'm not doing it. You know. Oh wait, I think I know which one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna bring up a question later. Pens down. Yeah, I was leave it. Rue.
Said best makeup.
Anthony.
I guess best supporting actress. I don't know.
Okay. And Robert.
Best makeup.
Makes sense.
Best makeup is
It's
correct.
going well.
And Robert hitting that.
All
Going
right.
into your next question in the category of horror. In Deep Blue Sea, the scientists are looking for a cure for what illness? God, I hope that's not me. You know, I was thinking about this. You guys did say Dallas. So does that mean like this? You guys doing the stadium one?
Mm-mm. The
Mm-mm.
super.
Never mind. I'm not. Like I do the stadium one. I think the stadiums are fun.
Stadium's
5,
fun.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Oh,
Fuck, I forgot where. I think we're starting, Anthony. Yeah.
Alzheimer's? Spelled horrifically.
Robert.
Alzheimer's.
Rue.
My hat is like a shark's fin. Alzheimer's.
Lewis.
Alzheimer's is correct. Everybody getting on the board with that
Yay,
one.
on the board.
Got him.
Going into your next question, the category of actors and actresses. What actor has appeared in The French Connection, Naked Lunch, and The Punisher? I'd say 2 of these are fine films. I was curious about one of them.
Yeah, I'm curious about one of them too.
But yeah, pretty sure it happened at some point. 5,
Nope.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, let's go to Robert.
I know he's in 2 of them. Roy Scheider.
Okay, Rue.
I knew he was in one of them, and I needed an old guy. Roy Scheider. Great.
And Anthony.
Nah.
All right, Roy Scheider is correct. Yeah, he's in those movies. So Robert and Rue hitting that one. Going into your next question in the category of family. What is the profession of Jason Lee's character in 2007's Alvin and the Chipmunks? And just as a quick score update, we have Rue in the lead here with 5, Robert with 4, and Anthony at 1. That's what we got. Score could change throughout. I'm hearing myself kind of echo in the background. Wonder what is that? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, let's go to Rue.
Couldn't get record store owner out of my head.
All right. Anthony
Songwriter?
and Robert.
I said teacher.
Songwriter, or I guess we would also accept a composer. So Anthony,
Nice.
only one hitting that. Going into your next question, the category is sci-fi/fantasy. The city-state of Neverwinter can be found in what 2020's fantasy film?
Oh. Why have I heard of this?
I can only tell you that it is a movie that was released. It exists. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, let's go to Anthony.
I went with Stardust.
All right, Robert
I didn't have anything.
and Root.
No blank boards. Wrong answer of Sahara.
All are incorrect. We're looking for Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Oh,
said
yeah,
20.
gotta watch that again.
Well, don't have to worry about a thing I thought we'd have to go into. But yeah, here's your last question, and round number 1 comes in the category of directors. Who directed $1 Million Arm, I, Tanya, and 2021's Cruella?
Oh shit!
Yep, that guy. That guy did that. Or those things. No. Although I feel like that's like
forget this guy did $1 Million Arm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, I go to Robert.
Craig Gillespie.
Oh, sure.
Okay, Rue
Let's fucking go. Craig Gillespie.
Gosh, this is
and Anthony.
Yeah, no.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Craig Gillespie was the correct answer.
No, fuck you get that, bro.
With that, I got Rue in the lead here with 6. Robert right behind him with 5. Anthony with 2. Going into round number 2, it's going to be our wheel round, in which everybody is going to get a chance to spin our wheel. They like what they keep. The first time they like what they land on, they keep it. But they don't. They can't spin again. But they must take what they land on the second time. Going to get 5 questions, whatever category you land on, worth 2 points apiece. Or you can check down a multiple choice for 1 point apiece. There is stealing, so please, everybody, watch out for that. And if that does happen, because it is a triple threat match, please be ready with the answer on your whiteboards, because we will get a quick count for steals. The categories on today's wheel are let me get in there. Yeah, post 1980s black cinema, Brian Tyree Henry, and directed by Guillermo del Toro, which are our strength categories on the wheel today, as well as biopics, horror, the 1980s, musicals, recent releases, music, and actors and actresses will be our general categories today. Rue, since you are ahead, it's up to you whether or not you want to spin first or defer.
There's no spinners and opponents, right?
There is not.
All right, cool. I can defer for now.
Okay, then in that case, we'll move on to Robert. Robert, would you like to spin now or defer to Anthony?
Defer.
You hear that, Anthony? You are up, so this is your spin. Your first spin. And you land on directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, I don't think I have a choice. I got to keep that. See how this goes. It's been a minute.
Alrighty. And we are not starting off with a strength category. All right, Anthony, here are your questions. Directed by Guillermo del Toro. First question. How many Del Toro directed films has Doug Jones appeared in? I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time. Five, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2. All right, Anthony, that is your first. Repeat your question again. How many Del Toro directed films has Doug Jones appeared in?
6.
That is correct for 2 points. So here's your next question. In Pan's Labyrinth, Ophelia is tasked with retrieving what kind of object from the belly of a toad for her first task?
A key.
That is correct for another 2 points. All right, your next question. Count Volpe has Pinocchio perform a show in front of what famous historical figure, which he purposefully does badly at in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio?
I believe it's Mussolini.
Benito Mussolini is correct for 2 points. Okay. And your next question. In The Shape of Water, which northeastern U.S. city is the laboratory located at in which Eliza works?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are: is it A, Newark, B, New Haven, C, Baltimore, or D, Providence?
Don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's such a shit show for my job right now. I'll go with Newark.
Newark is incorrect. Going
Okay.
over to everybody else for the 1 point steal. Is it A, Newark, B, New Haven, C, Baltimore, or D, Providence? Five, four,
Mm.
3, 2, 1. All right, pens down. Let's go to Robert first.
I said C for Baltimore.
And Rue.
You said B.
Baltimore is correct. So Robert getting the steal there. All right, and Anthony, this will be your final question in Del Toro. Pentecost sends Dr. Gottlieb and Dr. Geisler to buy what specifically from Hannibal Chow in Pacific Rim?
Oh God. I think I know what this is.
5, 4, 3.
A kaiju brain.
And that is correct for 2 more points. All right, with that, Anthony gets a score up to 10. Robert, that steal is at 6.
Yeah.
Rue is also still at 6. So with that, we'll go back over to the wheel. And Amaru still has the tiebreaker here. So we'll go over to you now. Again, would you like to spin now or defer to Robert?
Robert can go.
You got it.
Looking forward to this.
First spin, Robert. And you land on biopics. Keeping that or spin it again.
I will spin again. I'll risk it.
All right. Second spin away. Gotta keep this, which will be the 1980s.
I don't know if that's better or not.
1980s. Take out the wheel. And okay, good. And all right, then here are your questions in the 1980s. In Blowout, where is Jack when he witnesses the car accident with the politician?
A park.
That is correct for 2 points.
Love Blowout.
All right, here's your next question. In Local Hero, McIntyre works for a corporation that is in what type of industry?
I don't know if you could tell by the reaction on my face. I feel like, what the fuck this is? So multiple choice, please.
All right. Multiple choice options are: is it A, automotive, B, real estate, C, insurance, or D, oil?
I'll take a repeat of the options, please.
Got it. Options again. A, automotive. B, real estate. C, insurance. Or D, oil.
I'll say automotive.
That is incorrect. Going to the rest for the 1 point steal. Is it A, automotive, B, real estate, C, insurance, or D, oil? Five, four, three, two, one. Pens down. Let's go to Anthony.
I don't know if you saw by my reaction, I have no idea what the fuck this is. Oil?
All right, Rue.
And by all of our reactions, none of us know what the fuck this is. I said C.
It's not a bad movie. Oil was correct. So Anthony getting the steal there. Going into your next question, Robert.
Mhm.
Who directed Silverado?
Oh man. Oh, I should know that. Oh, that kills me. Multiple, please.
Multiple choice options are: is it A, Sidney Pollack, B, Lawrence Kasdan, C, William Friedkin, or D, Joel Schumacher?
Okay. I know a couple of those people who it isn't. I'll say B as in boy.
B, Lawrence Kasdan is correct for 1 point. All right. Your next question. What is the humiliating nickname Gunnery Sergeant Hartman gave Vincent D'Onofrio's character in Full Metal Jacket?
Pile.
That is correct for 2 points. And here's your last question in 1980s. Steve Martin, Diane Wiest, and Mary Steenburgen provide performances for what 80s comedy?
Multiple, please.
Multiple choice options are: is it A, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, B, Parenthood, C, Hannah and Her Sisters, or D, Gung Ho?
Okay. I think I know it's not two of them again. I'll say A.
A, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid is incorrect. Going to the rest for the 1 point steal. Is it A, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, B, Parenthood, C, Hannah and Her Sisters, or D, Gung Ho? Five, four, three, two, one. Pens down. All right, Anthony.
Parenthood?
And Rue.
Parenthood?
Parenthood is the correct answer. So Anthony and Rue both getting the steal there. So that does finish up Robert's turn at the wheel. Have him getting his score up to 11. Anthony with his steals getting the score up to 12. And Rue, that one steal getting a score up to 7. But still need one more spin to go, which is Rue. So here is your first spin. And never mind. Looks like
No,
we
it's
get
not.
another one first spin. All right, land on Brian Tyree Henry. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
No, thank you.
All right.
Sad.
Here's
I was
your
kind of curious.
second and final spin, and
Oh,
look at
fuck
that.
me.
Oh,
And on all
Good
three strength categories today, post 1980s black cinema.
Let's see how this goes. Just waiting for this. Yeah.
All right,
a lot of movies.
here we go. First question. In what 2000s comedy will you find a restaurant called Brothers Barbecue?
Friday after next.
That is correct for 2 points.
Do that one.
Damn, nice.
Good, good. Food's so good, make you want to slap your mama.
All right, next question. What actor plays Lem in Soul Food?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are: is it A. Mekhi Phifer, B. Morris Chestnut, C. Lorenz Tate, or D. Blair Underwood?
Ooh, those are good choices. Those are very good choices. Fuck this move. I'm gonna go with the short king, Lorenz Tate.
That is incorrect. Going over to the other two for the 1 point steal. Is it A. Mekhi Phifer, B. Morris Chestnut, C. Lorenz Tate, or D. Blair Underwood?
Might as well put down my other guess.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, pens down. All right, back over to Anthony.
I'm a big Morris Chestnut fan.
And Robert.
I also went with Morris Chestnut.
And that is all answers up on the screen are incorrect. It was A. Mekhi Phifer.
Shit.
I didn't think he was in that movie. Okay.
All right.
All right. Here's your next question. What city does Leslie have a job interview in when Scott chases her to say he loves her in Just Right?
Oh. Ooh. Fuck it. If I don't swing for this, I have to.
5.
Philadelphia.
That is correct for 2.
Fucking Sixers, baby. Let's go.
Ah, damn it.
All right, your penultimate question. Who directed Think Like a Man?
Fuck.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I use a repeat here.
1. All right, that is your first repeat question again. Who directed Think Like a Man? Five, 4,
Wasted that repeat.
3,
Multiple choice.
2. Right. Multiple choice options are: is it A. F. Gary Gray, B. Malcolm D. Lee, C. Tyler Perry, or D. Tim Story?
Malcolm D. Lee.
That is incorrect. Going over to
Is
the
it
other
the
two
other
for
guy?
the
Oh,
1 point
shit.
steal. Is it A. F. Gary Gray, B. Malcolm D. Lee, C. Tyler Perry, or D. Tim Story? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Pens down. Let's go to Anthony.
Tim Story.
Robert.
I thought it was a Tyler Perry joint.
That's gonna really annoy me if it is.
Tim Story is correct. So Anthony gets the point there.
I said Tim Story, and I said, no, it's not him. Fuck. Damn it.
All right. Going into your last question, post 1980s Black Cinema. In 2020's The Photograph, while in London, Michael gets an invitation to see what artist from May towards the end of the film?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are: is A. Drake, B. J. Cole, C. Kendrick Lamar, or D. Lil Durk?
Damn. Fuck a big three. It's just big
5,
me.
4.
Oh my god. J. Cole.
That is incorrect. Going over to the rest for the 1 point steal. Is it A. Drake, B. J. Cole, C. Kendrick Lamar, or D. Lil Durk?
Maybe one day I'll get one of these right. We'll see.
5,
I don't know.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Anthony.
I don't even know who that last one is, so that's why I went with it.
Okay. Robert.
I said Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar is the
Wow.
correct answer.
Quoted him too. I didn't think it was him. Damn.
I thought it was J. Cole.
That we have a very, very
That's
interesting
funny.
setup here. Rue having a score up to 11. Robert Castner here is at a 12, and Anthony Tisdall is in the lead here at 13.
What the fuck happened?
Going into round number 3, or pick your poison round, in which everybody here is had drafted before the match from our list of general categories, and now they will go again and draft from those categories to see what they'll answer here in round number 3. They get as many as 4 questions worth 1, 2, 3, 4 points apiece. Once category is selected, it cannot be picked or answered by their opponent. The categories that can be selected today are action adventure, horror, comedy, crime, mystery thriller, family, recent releases, 1990s, 2000s, animation, and comic book movies. We're going to have our competitors select their categories and hopefully come back to finish this one out. All right, we're back. People selected their categories, and that's what's going to happen. We will go until we are out of questions, or all or 2 people have been mathematically eliminated. We will start with the person that is behind and keep going. Whoever is the most behind, such and such. So that person today is Root. So what would you like for your 1-point question?
I will take family.
All right. 1-pointer and family. Question. What 90s family film features voice performances from Michael J. Fox, Nathan Lane, and Steve Zahn?
Stuart Little.
That is correct for 1 point. And since you're tied with Robert, Robert, what would you like for your 1-point question?
I'll take crime for 1.
Crime it is. Sure, 1-pointer in crime.
Mhm.
Name one of the 4 sequels to Dirty Harry.
The Deadpool.
That is correct for 1 point. All right. Rue, you're now behind you with 12, so now we'll go to you for your 2-pointer in
Animation, please.
animation. So 2-pointer and animation. There it is. Who voices the title character in Coraline?
Yeah. I think so.
5, 4.
Dakota
3.
Fanning.
That is correct for 2 points.
Right.
So that now Rue has the lead here with 14, and Anthony and Robert are tied, but Anthony has not answered any questions, so we'll go to you first for your 1-pointer.
I'll go mystery thriller.
Right, here's your 1-pointer in mystery thrillers. Robert Mitchum and Robert De Niro both play the same character in what thriller and its remake?
Oh crap. Cool, because I don't think I know this. I should. Repeat the question. I want to hear it again.
All right, Anthony, that is your second repeat. Your question again. Robert Mitchum and Robert De Niro both play the same character in what thriller and its remake?
Cape Fear.
That is correct for 1 point.
I forgot if you said titular or not, so I had to repeat that in case just didn't want to fuck that up.
So that, and now I have Anthony. Anthony Rubel, 14. Go over to Robert for your 2-point question.
I'll take 2000s, please.
Okay. Robert, here is your 2-pointer in the category of the 2000s. Who stars as Sarah Thomas in Serendipity?
Kate Beckinsale.
That is correct for 2 points. Taking the lead there, 15 points. Anthony, Rue tied at 14. Go over to Anthony because you have more questions. So, what is your 2-pointer going to be in?
We'll go 90s.
1990s. Here is your 2-pointer in the 1990s. Michael Clark Duncan, James Cromwell, and David Morse provide supporting performances in what 1990s film?
Just so I have clarification, David Morse, Morse,
Yes,
The Green Mile.
that is correct for 2 points.
Just want to make sure that last name wasn't something completely different.
All right. And Anthony now takes the lead there, 16. Going back over to Rue now for your 3-point question.
Action adventure.
All righty. Action adventure it is. There's your 3-pointer in action adventure. In what 1990s action film is about a data trafficker who can store data onto himself via an implant?
Huh.
5.
Johnny Mnemonic.
That is correct for 3
Nice.
points.
Let's go.
And Rue now takes the lead, 17. Going over to Robert for your 3-point question.
I was hoping that would be a miss. Sports, I guess.
That was all right.
Really good.
Now here is your
Oh, crap.
3-pointer in sports, Robert.
Yeah.
In The Damned United, what team does Leeds United play the Charity Shield against?
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Hmm. I have a couple in my head.
4, 3.
Manchester
2.
United.
I guess.
That is incorrect. We're looking for Liverpool.
Oh, the other one.
Okay.
It's not
Right sport. This is right sport.
Yeah.
I was worried that my guess was the wrong sport.
So with that, we're down. Robert's still behind here. He has one more question remaining, which is his 4-pointer in comic movies, which he needs to hit to stay in the game. So, Robert, here's your 4-pointer in comic book movies.
Yeah.
In what DC film will you find a group of villains known as the United Underworld?
Batman 66.
That is correct for 4 points. Robert stays alive there, gets a score up to 19. So with that, Anthony is now the low man here. We'll go over to you for your 3-point question.
Comedy.
Comedy it is. All right. Here's your chance to possibly tie it up with Robert. 3-pointer in comedy. At the end of 2004's Mean Girls, Regina joins what sports team at her high school?
Oh, crap. Which one is it between 2? Lacrosse.
That is correct for 3 points. That Anthony ties Robert at 19.
Oh.
go over to Rue with your final question, which will come in recent releases for 4 points, which you need to hit to take the lead on Robert and
I
Anthony.
have 2 repeats, right?
That is correct.
I got the 4 points. You said that is correct. Let's go.
Not the first person to try that. 4-pointer in recent releases. At the beginning of In a Violent Nature, what item was taken from the site of Johnny's death, which causes him to come back to life?
Okay. Well, horror movie. Beautiful. I'm actually gonna watch this, and then I didn't. Yeah, just wait.
Five.
This is here.
4.
Repeat the
3.
question, please.
That is your second repeat question again. At the beginning of In a Violent Nature, what item was taken from the site of Johnny's death, which causes him to come back to life? Five, 4, 3.
Take my last
2,
repeat.
1. All right, Rue, that is your final repeat. Your question one last time. At the beginning of In a Violent Nature, what item was taken from the site of Johnny's death, which causes him to come back to life?
Fucking Tim Story, man.
5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna say a
2.
hook.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was a necklace.
Nah, I wouldn't have got that.
A necklace or a lock is what we would have accepted. So, which means Rue as now in he will be our third place finisher with 17 points, and this is where we are at.
Oh,
We have
Oh, yeah.
one more question here in round 4, or round 3. Sorry, round 3, which is Anthony's 4-pointer in horror. If he hits it, he wins, and we'll move on to our Pick'em tournament finals. If
that
not,
doesn't make sense.
he and Robert will go into sudden death.
Oh
Also
shit.
that also doesn't make sense.
Oh shit.
So,
Shit.
Anthony, you have one more repeat, and just as a reminder, repeats do carry over in sudden death. So here is your 4-pointer in the category of horror. How do Danny's sister and parents die at the beginning of Midsommar?
Make sure I get this right. Carbon monoxide poisoning.
And your winner,
Holy shit, that doesn't make any sense.
Anthony Tisdall. The correct answer was carbon monoxide poisoning. Take everybody out. Holy shit, what a match. Wow, like I knew this had a chance of being, I think, probably our closest match, at least from the second round, just kind of gathering like who everybody's here, because like all three of these people are very evenly matched, and also kind of match each other pretty well in strengths. And yeah, it was back and forth quite a bit, even though going into round 1, like Anthony was down a bit. He had a bit of a hill to climb after round number 1, only getting 2 points, but hell, he was able to fight back. He was able to get his strength and go pretty well. I believe he did sweep, I think, pulling out like 9-8 points of there, and staying alive with those steals. Those steals were key in securing that. And both Robert and Rue played very good. Rue really only missing his 4-pointer. Not he would have had a shot here, and kind of just incredibly back and forth. It was really fun to watch, really fun to call. And man, we have very interesting addition to our tournament final here. With that, we'll start with fortunate third place finisher here, Omni Moses. Rue, Play pretty good. You got a chance to hear those post 1980s Black Cinema questions.
Finally.
Yeah, been a while. But yeah, just when you go recent releases, that category has been getting kind of deep, and also, yeah, unfortunately, you are going to just hit stuff that you just haven't seen. It goes with the territory. But other than that, how you feel you did today?
I mean, I got the categories I wanted for the most part. I wanted recent releases in action adventure if I didn't get comic book movies. Again, Tim fucking Story. That was literally who I said. I swore it was Malcolm D. Lee. I was trying to remember his name, and I swore it was him and not Tim Story. But hey, that'll change the outcome there. And I was just like, just don't give me a horror question. And you gave me a horror question in recent releases, but that was an absolutely fun match. It's exactly what I wanted. In terms of like competitiveness and how fun it was going to be. And as soon as Ant said, "Oh, well, I'm not going to win," dude, come on, look at you now. Robert played his ass off as well. This was a lot of fun. I'm really happy for Ant. I'm really happy for how well Robert did. Yeah, this is cool.
All right. I'm pretty certain there's a good chance we'll see you back here again in singles. Hey, you got to pick who you played here, but you don't get to do that this next go around. I don't know if you want to play anybody. Or hell, if you got somebody in teams that you really want to call out here, it doesn't really matter.
I have had Revenge Tour on my mind. Igor. Igor's another one that I thought I should have beat, and he gave me like my first loss. I want him.
All right, calling out the Canadians. We like that here. All right, thank you for coming, Ruben. We'll see you down the road. And that will go on our second place finisher here, Robert Castner. Fortunately, yeah, do not get the win, but also do not get the loss. So there is a silver lining to that. Yeah, I think you played really well. Definitely had a shot there at the end. But yeah, how do you think you played here?
I mean, yeah, I missed like one question round one. I was iffy about. If you look at, I mean, Ruin. I don't want to sour grapes it because I'm very happy Anthony won. I'm happy how Rue played. We all played. They got their strengths, both of them, and I got a random category, which I did okay. The good thing is that the sports question didn't matter. If I hit it, I still lose. I missed a bunch of steals that I was between a couple. And if I do Parenthood, then it gets a little closer. Then I can wallow about the sports question. But, yeah, I'm 1-0-1. I won a match. I don't take a loss. You can't get to the finals. That's about as good as you can do. So I'm happy for Anthony. As soon as you said Danny, because I just was re-looking up Midsummer stuff because I'm doing something for it, I was like, I know what it is, and I'm pretty sure Anthony does. So I knew we won. But this is great. I'm glad he gets to go in and cause chaos for this league, who didn't want any of us to get to the finals.
Man, hey, it ended up happening, but yeah, you're definitely not done here. 11 needs pretty spread. I think it's a pretty good shot. We'll bring it back at some point. I don't know. Anybody you want to see next?
Well, I mean, I have a couple people in mind. I don't know if I want to talk about them because they might lose and they might go on and I might not have a shot. So I just don't want to seem silly about it. I don't know. Ryko. I said Ryko the last time. I'll just say him again.
Another Canadian call out here. Love that. I don't like people from the north. All right. See you down the road, Robert. And we're bringing your winner today, Anthony Tisdall. I gotta tell you, Anthony. I gotta tell you, every time you are in a match, even though you won't 100% believe it, I think this every time you're here, Anthony has a shot. It doesn't really matter what it is. Anthony has a shot because he just he's able to pull the right things at the right time. I've fell victim to it. And here you are, heading into the tournament final, number one contenders match, one win away from possibly playing for the singles title. How do you feel?
Shocked is definitely the biggest thing. I am happy that I got to play Robert and Brew. They're two of the best people that I know, and they're awesome, and they played great. I got super lucky. I got 2 in round 1. That was terrible. I got my strengths. I was able to do really well in it. And with the steals, honestly, a lot of them were educational guesses. So and it saved me. It got me the lead for round 4, so I can, as long as I hit my questions, I was good. And sometimes it's just luck of the draw, and that worked out for me. And holy crap, like this doesn't make any sense. I did not expect this. I was ready to be done with this tournament and call it a day. But I guess I have to do this again with I know who's left, and it's not good. It's not looking good for me.
Yeah, we'll say this is what you have to possibly look forward to. You will play the winner of these 2 matches, which are the one match here, which it will be Jake Meltzer versus Scott Harvey versus myself. So a winner of one of those 3 people.
Cool.
Or our juggernaut match that we have here today of Payson Johnson, Jake Marangoni, and Cameron Redshaw. Don't worry, only one of those is possible for you to see. So
Good.
of all those options, who do you want to see here in your next match?
Can the top 2 people from your group just play me and just leave that other group completely out? Because they're all, like you said, absolute monsters. Jake's a monster. You're a monster. Scott's great. I don't want to see any of you. I just would like to just move on myself. But I don't know. Mark, I'd love to see you there. You're great. I like you. You're playing my boy Jake. So if Jake makes it, also great. I'd love to see one of us possibly make it through. In that other monster match, I'm just cannon fodder in the end. I'm just going to be there, and I'll just hopefully not give up steals so somebody can't get extra points. That's kind of where I'm going with that one.
I will say this again, Anthony. As long as you were there, you have a shot. You've seen it happen before. We'll see you in that match. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
With that ends another great match for us today. Another great addition to our to our new pick'em tournament here at Triple Threat. Yeah, thank everybody else for showing up. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Amaru. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you all the editors and writers of this league to get everything going. And thank you to you, the viewer, for watching this. Please keep doing that. And again, just be well.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
In case I don't see you.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.